Okay, hello, greetings and welcome. Okay, so I posted a video in the initiation to Hermetics topic on alchemy, and this is very pertinent for Qigong training. This is, you go through that video and you'll get a better grasp of Qigong. Now, in Qigong, every exercise, any movement, any form of practice, any form of energy work requires a different, unique role within each of the three dantians. You can't perform Tai Chi without understanding this. You can't do Qigong work with energy without understanding this. If you try, it'll be a very long, slow journey with a 99% chance you'll miss it. So this is fundamental, this is basic. Now, your awareness, your upper dantian, your mind itself, your mind intention, has a vibrational scale. At the base, it's consciousness itself. The nature of intention will express from the physical body, through the astral feelings, through the Shen, through the spirit, through Akasha, and all the way up. So there's awareness can move up and down a vibrational scale. So the upper dantian is one of the only parts of the mind, parts of your system that has access to everything. So that's known as the general. You know, consciousness is the king. When you release all the stuff stuck to it, that's what attains nibbana, consciousness. It goes up to the top and it goes down to the bottom. So your upper dantian is what tunes in. Now it has three fundamental qualities. It has a frequency, it has a feeling, and then it expresses a mechanical quality. That's how it goes from upper dantian. It has to tune the frequency, then it has to tune the feeling of what you're working with, and then it tunes the mechanic of the expression of what you're working with. Every Qigong exercise has this. Now, some of them are inside the body, some of them come from outside and get expressed inside. So you have cosmic Qigong exercises. So you'll be looking at the Little Dipper, you'll raise up, you'll connect to that frequency, and that frequency, you'll invite it down as a form of light and consciousness. You bring it through your crown into your upper dantian. It goes into the upper dantian. It has a fundamental deity or some spiritual ideology connected to it. It manifests through a feeling, and then you mechanically express the movement. So that's a cosmic Qigong. A shamanic or nature magic orientated Qigong focuses more on the bodily sensation, nature, the environment. So let's say if we look at the tree Qigong exercises, you touch the tree, you get your static and your field balanced with the static of the tree. So you take your shoes off, you earth yourself, you ground yourself, you shake the tree gently through your facial web, connect your fascia to the vibratory waves of your mass moving through the tree, so you can feel the leaves from the top shake when you touch the tree, providing it's not too big. So you have a physical connectivity, physical mechanics through the fascia. Then as you start breathing life force into the tree, you take on the frequency and feeling of the tree as you synchronize and breathe with it. So the feeling changes. And then your mind tuning into it will start experiencing the consciousness of the tree. So from the shamanic level, your mind is unifying with the mind of the tree, your feelings are unifying with the feelings of the tree, and your body mechanics are connecting mechanically through its equivalent facial web of the tree as you touch the tree and feel it. Then when you start the circulation exercises, thank you. Then when you start the circulatory exercises of running through the toroidal field of the tree, your feeling will be more in resonance with that than the structure of the tree. So you move from the structure feeling to the toroidal field, you go back into the personality of the tree and consciousness of the tree, you'll have different experiences again. So these shamanic type of based training exercises are going to help you develop the foundation training for omnipresence. How do you become one with your environment? When you do the tree Qigong exercise for dozens of different trees, in the forest that you practice in, when you walk into the forest, those dozens of trees will sing you a song. You'll be in resonance with them, and you can breathe into the whole forest. Someone walks into that forest, the trees have an unconscious signaling system to you. Oh, someone's in my forest. I can feel that. And because the trees have the sensory perception. And there's science behind that as well. Okay, so the three dantians accommodate whatever the nature and structure of the Qigong exercise you're doing. The mind, frequency, astral, middle dantian, feeling, and the body mechanics. Now this will apply to working with vital. Your mind attunes to the frequency of vital energy. You feel the vital energy and you mechanically express the vital energy. Your mind tunes to astral energy. You feel the astral fluidic quality, and there's a certain body mechanics that are expressed through astral natured Qigong exercises like Tai Chi. And then the spirit, or Shen, the mind itself tunes into its own nature and sits in mind substance. Usually got to integrate with Akasha, Wuji, to sort of get this loop backwards and forwards to recognize your own mind, to separate the layers of perception. And the feeling of mind is no space. You're released of the edges of what you felt in the astral, so you're released of space. And so this release of space within the perception of spirit is the platform of meditation. It's a platform of Vipassana, it's a platform of most meditation systems, that you're not constricted to the body and limited to the here of this stuff. You want to be released of space. So the mind quality has the feeling of releasing of space, and the mechanics, of course, are you're stretched and suspended and your mind's moving like a feather. You want to move intent of your mind without your mental matrix, which binds you to your ego, grabbing you. You have to move softly with your awareness. If you move hard with your awareness, you get grabbed back into the form. So you start by moving your mind like a feather, and you can move through the meditation layers very gently using this principle. So there is a mental state, there is a feeling state, and there's a mechanical state. And then when you move into Wuji or Akasha, you release the time, you release the space, you go into the infinity quality, which you've been accumulating underneath, the stillness underneath all the other practices. You go through that and you dissolve your mental astral matrix so that there's no edge to your consciousness. So if you roll forward in Akasha, you hit your mental matrix, which grabs your mind, pulls you back in your body. You drunken body, release. Wave back, drunken body, release back. Left, drunken body, right, drunken body. And this is dissolving the mental matrix so the mind can get out into that infinity quality. So your Akasha work has a frequency of timeless, spaceless infinity. It has a feeling of drunkenness, and the mechanics are that of the drunken body. That's the mechanics it can express itself through. When you get to investigating Akasha and going to looking at your own mind from Akasha, we start invoking through prayer non-dual light. And as you invoke non-dual light through prayer, you have some very interesting things which happen. The first is the mind goes into a type of connection to something that has form but has no time and space. So this is a very unique experience for the mind, because it can't reference time and space inside of our normal construct, but it's perceiving a form, it's perceiving light. And this primordial light, or non-dual light as we call it in Hermetics, the moment you invite it through prayer, through the crown, down into the three bodies, it splits into form. So it becomes a form-orientated thing. And if you keep it in the mental body, it cleans and activates Qinming, makes your mind connected to the environment, has an omnipresent mind quality arises. If you bring that light into the astral body, it'll mix with what's there and amplify the good and the bad within you, unless it's specifically polarized towards the good. And then it'll come into your physical body, and it'll heat you up, and it'll give you various experiences in physical, depending on what you invoked through prayer when you brought it through. So non-dual light, as it separates into electric and magnetic and becomes electromagnetic light, the information you placed inside the prayer when you invoked it from Akasha, from above the crown through the three bodies, will regulate its nature. But even so, as it comes through, there's a type of interaction of the body mechanics, there's a type of feeling in that interaction, and the mind is tuned to that frequency. So the three dantians have a role, no matter what type of Qigong you do, or no matter what level, all the way from the top to the bottom. The role may just be to have perfect posture for the life force to support the astral, astral to support the spirit to support the Akasha, Akasha to be in a correct state of equanimity to invoke light. even then, there's no movement, you're sitting perfect stillness. The mechanical framework is supporting the feeling, which is supporting consciousness, which is supporting light. And that alignment is always there in the 3 dantians. So you understanding the role of each dantian in the qigong that you're doing is the fabric of understanding qigong. You cannot do qigong energy work without this understanding. It will be nonsensical. You might as well go and play tennis or aerobics or something else. And if you haven't grasped this idea, if you haven't got it, review all the videos I've done on this topic and start putting these pieces together, because you don't want to waste time if you're practicing qigong. Qigong is energy work. You want to work with energy. You're not working with relaxing your body. You're working with controlling your mind, your feeling, and your mechanics of your body in a certain way to move energy. And this is important. If the mechanics are wrong, the feeling can't express itself. If the mind is wrong, well, nothing's going to happen in the first place. Get the mind right, get the feeling right, and the mechanics can allow those energies to flow and amplify and radiate. Okay, so I hope this helps with understanding the role of the 3 dantians in qigong and how it really is the fabric of qigong. And any questions, just drop me an email and I'll answer via video. If you're on the Vimeo channel, I'll make a longer, more in-depth answer on a Vimeo channel, so everyone on that channel can benefit. If it's on YouTube, I'll try and keep my answers short, and because YouTube viewers tend not to watch more than 2 or 3 minutes of a video, and these videos get quite long. Okay, thank you very much for your time, and see you on the next video.